How sick did you get last year?
Yeah.
Like, how sick were you? Like, there's ulcerative
Colitis.
Is that right?
Yeah. Inflammatory bowel disease, yeah.
So Cambodia sick?
Miles worse than Cambodia.
Yeah, so how sick were you?
Yeah.
Were you close to giving the game away?
Like you think about it, in the midst of it, I was like, I just want to be a happy person again. Like I lost like 12 kilos in sort of as many days, sort of, just like it was bad. Honestly, I was in hospital, like looking at myself in the mirror, and I just like in the short amount of time, I'd lost like all my muscle, everything. But my guts were so swollen, so I actually looked like Mike Wazowski off like Monsters Inc., like the little green guy. I looked like him, and I was just looking at myself. I was like, if it gets any worse than this, like that's curtains, brother. Like real bad. And the sort of the back end of last year about trying to get myself back to like trying to feel like a human again was a bit of soul searching, but the best thing to come from it provided me with like so much perspective and sort of gratitude about like taking things for granted. And actually that's probably helped me footy this year, is that I'm not so caught up in results and how I'm playing. It's just I'm just so happy to be out there.
Right.
And that was sort of the theme of my pre-season. That's just like, I'm not going to get angry or get sad about not getting kicks at training, not running well, and just go out there and try and have some fun. And it was a tough time for me and the family. I mean, I've never even heard of inflammatory bowel diseases before. And
did it just happen, or did it build up?
It was, it's obviously been building up under the surface without even knowing. And then we were away in the Adelaide game. We were about to play Adelaide, and I was fucking nowhere. Like I thought it might have been food poisoning, but I was just so nauseous and like it was bad. Flew home, and then I thought the next day I was okay, and then the next Monday I had to rush myself to emergency. I was like, this is not good. Like I can't stand up. Like it was just like
in pain.
The first 4 days in hospital, like I can't even remember because I was just like I was out of it. I was sleeping in and out of like procedures and getting checked up and shit. And
right,
it wasn't a good time to be Jake Waterman.
It's good you can laugh about it now.
Yeah, laugh or cry, mate.
Yeah, well that's it. So what did you do then? So it sounds like you shifted your mentality a little bit, which people look at your year this year, and not me, but people look at it and go, where's Jake Waterman come from? I tend to think and I say this in front of you, but I say this, as much as I can. I think you've been actually the player you are this year for a long time. Hardworking, good kick at goal, contested marker. I used to fucking hate. The reason I used to fight you at training, I used to hate playing on you because you were fit and you could run up and down. You were JK, but just like a little bit more agile at times, sometimes. And so I used to hate playing on you. So I think you've actually been the guy you are this year that everyone's seen, maybe for a little while, but maybe your mindset shift 5% of maybe the pressure putting on yourself came off a little bit.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably a little bit, but playing different roles. I mean, playing closer to goals, obviously.
Lock down a little tiny bit. Thank you.
Playing closer to goals, you're more chance to kick goals. And I think sort of the first sort of 6 games of the year when Oscar sort of got injured, I went deeper and I was only sort of kicking 1s and 2s, but I was like getting heaps of shots. I just wasn't finishing them. So they could have easily been like 3s and 4s then. And then I sort of hit that patch where I was kicking heaps, and then everyone's like, oh, wow, like he's killing it. Like, where's this come from? And I'm I think I've always been this good. I think the opportunity to play the role that I was actually drafted in helps. And when you don't have any, like I just sort of, my thing was like, I'm going to fly for any mark. Like I'm just going to go for it. Like I'm not worried about Ken is screaming at me or anything. And JD, we've had great chats, and JD's been great for me. He's like, Jake, you go for any single mark. I don't care, whatever. And then, the sort of more times you go up for a mark, the more chance you have of bringing one down. And I think when you have a game, like a real good game, it's just like, it just clicks for you, and then you sort of just ride the flow. And then, I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised with how many goals I've kicked this year, but I've sort of been doing the same thing that I've been doing for years, just probably bringing a few more marks down. And
I agree.
Yeah.
That was just a little teaser of our full episode. They're out Wednesdays on YouTube, and you can listen to them wherever you get your podcast. Go on, get out of here.